Meant to Be Well Summit is created by three incredible women, Ambreen, Valerie and Andrea. The main objective is to bring together experts from around the world to raise awareness about the importance of holistic well-being. This summit aims to explore the multidimensional aspects of well-being, including physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. This isn't just any event. It's a unique, global summit marathon designed to cover all time zones across the globe. We created this event because we genuinely care about you. We believe that everyone deserves to thrive and live a life of well-being. This summit isn't just about learning, it's about transforming your life. Our speakers are dedicated to inspire, uplift, and help you tap into your full potential. Join us, and let these world-class thought leaders guide you toward a higher level of mental, physical, and spiritual well-being.
Hello everyone, welcome back. And this session was actually a bit changed because it was supposed to be on how to manage a stressful situation, but it's more or less similar to this one, because today we'll talk about that, are you a healer? And that means that people are somehow, they want healing, but sometimes they are reluctant to receive healing. And they are kind of stuck in a loop where they may be trying things the same way that they are accustomed to. And that is what actually prevents them from healing. And I'm so honored to be joined by Mr. Haakon. He is an author, like international best-selling author. He's a coach. He is a healer. And he's a priest, and he's a monk, and he is doing a lot of amazing work for the humanity. So thank you so much for joining us, Haakon.
Thank you for asking me to fill in. I really appreciate it.
It's actually, thank you for actually joining at the last minute, because it's it means a lot to me to actually join at the last minute. And this topic is also very important, that are you a healer? So what is your thoughts about that? Is everyone a healer, or some people are not healer? And what do you think? What are your thoughts on it?
I don't have any statistics. I believe that, I do believe that everybody has the potential to heal in given circumstances, because some are more general healers, like they can go out and work with just about everybody. Others, maybe they are meant to heal one single person, or a situation. Healing comes in many forms. It's not like you have to run around and fix people's somatic problems or psychiatric problems. You can also heal if you work in an institution or an organization that doesn't really work. You can work on healing the structure, on healing what is going on there, so it comes in many different forms. But I'm going to speak more about the way I mostly been working with individuals, and I've been so blessed with meeting so many people, and I tend to meet them all the time. People who start talking, and sometimes I mention I'm a healer, and they say, yeah. Sometimes I feel something. There's this field here, or they talk about some early experience. And often it's something that's they couldn't explain at the time, and very often it's in childhood, where they were met with, well, this is just your imagination. This is just a fantasy. There is nothing, because, well, as parents, I'm a parent myself, though I'm a monk now. we tend to, we want our children to be within our paradigm,
Yeah.
our reference frames. So if your child says, "Oh, I can feel energy," I can. Then unless you come from, if you've been doing Tai Chi, it's common. That is a part of it. You create energy and you toss it up and you toss it to others. But I think one of the things that really limit people in finding their inner healer is the fear. Fear of being different, fear of being outside of society, fear of the unknown, and it all depends. We think that there are categories of healers. You have empathic healers.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that you may be one of those.
Yeah.
Yes, because
Yeah.
you sense, you kind of feel that, okay, this person is whatever the way they are, and then you recognize what you can do in order to help them feel better.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's interesting that that you mentioned that there are different types of healer, like empathic healers, and I've experienced, like, I know I'm an empath myself, so I can feel the emotions of the others, but there are also, like, I've witnessed that sometimes in the company of others, some people exude those positive vibes. You feel just good to be in the company. So I don't know how would you categorize those people? I mean, are they a healer, or what type of people are they? What should we label them?
Well, I would call them projecting healers.
Okay.
People who, don't know if that's really a term that's used in the terminology, but it's all about when you. Well, I sometimes I do it myself if I choose to. I can go into a room and I sense the energy, and I kind of know how can I balance it. What is needed in this situation. Like if you come into a room and somebody's been quarreling and you can feel it's like, oh,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, I know. So, like, I was reading the book of Eckhart Tolle, and actually, I was actually listening to him on his podcast or something. So he said that he also didn't realize that he was a healer, because it's just people actually started telling that someone who just came to him, and when he started just listening to him, he didn't actually do anything. But when they actually shared their problem and something, and they felt good, and he said that that was the first time he realized that there could be something like something healing energy he may have. So how do actually this give me a question, that give me a thought, that how do people realize that they may have that healing energy to heal people?
That comes from experience. That comes from exactly what you're talking about. You meet someone. Often it comes through the connection with the loved one. It's sort of a practice round. First time you see your child or your husband, partner, wife, or your parents, you have some sort of symbol that you start practicing on, because healing is about love. Healing, that is the fuel of healing. Love of other people, love of humanity, love. That's it. But you need to practice. So then you get the romantic connection in all its different forms, agape and storge and all of those different forms that the Greek talked about, and you practice, and then you sort of take this and use it with another person, and it's or an animal. I love working with
Yeah,
animals
yeah.
because they are. That is probably one of the best ways to experience it. If you're the kind of person that animals come to you, you
Yeah.
know, and they just connect.
Yeah.
Cats want to sit on your lap. The dogs want to meet you. You know, all
Yeah.
that is often a sign.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's interesting. I tell you my experience. Actually, I think you know that I'm not an animal person, and I mean it's not that I don't like them. It's just that I don't like to interact with them, or I don't want them to come to me and touch me. That's
Mm.
yet whenever I go out, especially they just come to me, and I said like why they are actually coming, and especially my kids love cats and everything. They said that mama, you need to touch them. I said no, I don't want to touch them, but they just, I don't know, wherever I go they just follow me. I said like what the this is quite interesting.
Yeah.
But anyways, like now if I ask you the question that what exactly ways to practice, I know that these are the signs we can actually see that okay, this could be like the way you are attracting people or you exude those energy, healing energy.
Mm.
But what are the practices one can do to become a healer?
Okay, there are many ways. You know, I'm certified as a Salong healer, which is Tibetan energy healing,
Wow.
under Tulku Lama Lobsang.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a course that went over a year. And that was quite rigorous. There were lots of, you know, we had 1.5 hours of meditation and breath work before we could even start with the healing and doing whatever whatever we were gonna do. I'm also a holistic healer, and that is a channeled form where you try to empty yourself totally and just let whatever your helpers, your kin, whatever is helping you out, flow through you. So it's not about you at all. You're doing your best to be there. I'm also a song healer, um,
Mm-hmm.
um, and my experience is that many artists, they are in actuality healers. Um, they if you, because it's all about the connection.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I work with someone, I need to connect first.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to just like you, when you have a therapy session, you have an initial talk. You sit down and you listen to them and you let them get on the level with you, or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the same. You need to connect, and
Mm-hmm.
then from there, you move into the healing phase, and that is beyond words.
Yeah.
It is. It doesn't need words. You can use music. I mean, if you've been to a music festival and everybody
Yeah.
is really there, you
Yes.
know,
Yes.
that
Yes.
that touches people. That touches people a lot.
Yeah.
Um, but I think it's important. I think there are just as many different types of healers as there are healers, because
Mm-hmm.
we all come from our unique experience, our unique constitution, our whatever baggage we have, and we, I think it's often necessary to have walked, it's not in the other person's shoes, but beside the person, to know about what they've gone through. So
Yeah.
life experience matters a lot.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. There's a good question here, Yuvraj. Being a healer, how do you conserve your healing energy?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a really good question, actually. I want to know
Yeah,
this.
it
Yeah.
is. Well, in my experience, you actually, by healing, you are also getting energy. It's the
Yeah.
reciprocal process. as you when it truly heals someone, it feels like a lift. So it feels sometimes it feels a bit egotistical because you're getting just as much as you're giving. But if you don't have any training, it can be. Sometimes we meet people who are draining. Who sure you met some of those.
Yes, there are so many. I mean, as I told you, that some people with whom there are people with whom, if you are in their company, you feel positive vibes, but there are people where in their company you feel drained or exhausted. I mean, it's like they are kind of a parasite. They're like, they will suck your energy out. So that's basically, I think, this question. I mean, if I frame this question from that perspective, that how to conserve your energy from those who can actually suck your energy out.
Yeah, it all starts. Well, I have some exercises that I use.
Okay.
One of them is I picture myself having a cloak, and to me it's water. It's running down, so it's a silvery cloak, and it covers me. And when sometimes you get bamboozled by someone who energy vampires. Sometimes you get bamboozled by somebody who kind of step in and you don't know it, but often you get some sort of warning, and then you can just imagine that there's a cloak that's covering you from head to toe.
Yeah.
And it's got raindrops or whatever falling down, and it washes away everything that's negative, and that is just given away. Whatever's positive can come in. But this is something you must practice when you're outside of the situation. It's not like, oh, I got to turn this on now because I'm in front of an energy vampire. You have to practice it outside. And also I have this single breath technique where if I notice somebody who's really trying to get within my guard, then one breath, deep from the diaphragm, deep from truly breathing down towards the center of the earth. And just come. Thank you.
That's true. I mean, that's a wonderful technique. Just you said that single breath, taking out, and you see that it cleansing all this energy, and that's it. And I agree with Matthew that your presence is calming. It's like somehow you have the aura, maybe this the energy. And I often say this to people that it doesn't. I mean, people share the interpersonal energy is not limited to the space. It's like I can feel your energy, although you are far away from me, like maybe thousands of miles away from me. But yes, that aura that you have is actually exuding the positive energy, and I can feel the calmness and this something. So I agree with Matthew.
Thank you.
So I understand this, that we I think that everybody has it, but it requires practice, right? Do you agree that it is that everybody has it, or some people are blessed with it, or they're born with this kind of energy?
I think it's on a spectrum. It's not as I mean, to me the ultimate healer was probably Jesus Christ, and I don't think everybody is born that way, that they truly have that when they just come from the womb. We are all on the spectrum. But the thing is, you can always become better at it. It's and I gotta admit, Brian, I'm not very fond of what you call it, spiritual bypassing. You talking about there is nothing evil in the world. I don't agree. I think
Yeah.
that there are
Really.
people who have no healing powers, whatsoever. They are on a different mission. They have something. I don't want to go there where I think they are,
Yeah.
but I think you get
I
the
know
drift.
there is. I mean, I would just say that there is devil outside, so
Yeah.
we need to be aware of that. But like, it's not the. There are good people. There are very nice people, but there are devils also. So yes, we need to be aware of it. I actually, you mentioned that there is like you specialize in Tibetan energy. What exactly it is? Is it different kind of school, or what exactly is it?
Yeah, Tulku Lobsang, he is a Tibetan monk. He was, I believe, he was 5 years old when other monks came in and got him, and then his mission is to teach the world what was the hidden Tibetan arts, the secret arts. So he's worked with the Dalai Lama because also Tibetans have forgotten many of these things. But what we do is we talk about the five energies, water, earth, fire, air, and what we call space, which is more ethereal. And when I work with Salung, it's about I connect with somebody and I get this knowing of where they are low, where they are high, and then I hold like can hold on their elbow at the same time I touch the knee. There are specific forms that you use, and then it's all about I visualize specific symbols to give them balance because we need balance,
Yeah.
and what that does is the various chakras they start flowing, the life energy starts flowing through, and yeah, it's very very complex thing. It's I haven't even learned one
Okay.
cent of it, but it's very 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 fascinating because you can see the effect.
Yes.
You can really see, and people just and that's why I love when you're working with people and you see first a relaxation response, and then you see that their eyes start glowing a bit.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's true. That's true. And you actually see people's life transform. That's the best feeling you can get. Especially like these days. Nowadays, we see a lot of stress and depression among people. And what do you suggest? I mean, some maybe practical tips what they can use in their daily lives to actually remove those negative energy from their bodies. What do you think? What simple exercise could you recommend to them?
I think one thing is to separate from the world at times, to give yourself some pauses.
Yeah,
If you really go into the mainstream media and you see everything about the wars and everything, you don't need this energy inside yourself all the time.
yeah,
Right? You don't need to read about all the conflicts. You don't need to, because often there's not very much you can do.
yeah,
So it's easy to become, oh, you feel I want to do something, but there's nothing I can do, and
yeah.
helplessness is a horrible feeling. We got
True.
to have an agenda in our lives. We got to be empowered in our own lives. I think that's one of the things, and it doesn't have to be. I mean, of course, you should keep up with the world. You should know if you want to be engaged. You got to know what's happening in the world. But do you need as much of it?
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
that's true. I mean, digital detox, I would say that is very much important and it is required. Especially this era is the era of information, and we are constantly bombarded by the information. Like the moment we wake up, we see our phone, that what's on the message, what's on the LinkedIn, and then we move out, and then we see all those, like the billboards. When we turn on the TV, then we see the ads, like wherever you go, like even you just go on the website of like all these news channels, you are constantly bombarded by different sort of information. Some information like about your family, about your about the world, and everything about it. And the thing is, there's a pressure to stay up with this, and I think that causes a burden. And I think that also causes the feeling of helplessness when we see that the wars going on, and there's so much violence. Because I think deep down, people are not bad. They need peace, they need happiness. And when they see this, it contradicts with their, like, innate nature. And that creates kind of a dissonance, and we say that, oh my God, what's happening? And it creates the feeling of depression and stress. And you're absolutely right that we need to disconnect ourselves from all this thing to actually connect with ourselves and find that peace in our lives. So what are your practices? What I would just say that how do you spend your day? What time do you wake up?
Well, I don't live on a fixed schedule. I have to go for a walk with my dog every morning and give her food and all of that. But I don't watch TV.
Yeah, me too. I don't watch.
I want to choose what I feed myself with. And I love being creative, making music, writing. I think creativity is a very powerful tool in order to, because we can feel helpless, but then you can write about it. You can write a song about the wars and create a situation where you are empowered.
Yeah.
Or you can become a member of some NGO that works for peace. You can find ways to truly help lift yourself out of the feeling of helplessness.
Yeah.
And then it's much easier to realize your limitless capabilities and potential once you start on that path. And there's a lot of healing in that. And I think also, well, I don't read very much now, but there are some books that I found to be truly helpful. The holy books, Quran,
the divine
Bible,
scriptures. Yes.
they are important, but also some of the thinkers like Gabor Mate, when he talks about the myth of normal. That was, I loved what he talked about. He talks about, are you, when you feel down and depressed, is it you that are have a problem, or is you're seeing society the way it works? Because it's, when people I don't think people want war.
Yes.
I don't. I mean, I'm sure if you had done some research on it, you see that 99.99999 of people, they don't want war.
Yeah, that's true. Then why it happens? Actually, that's a very good question. Actually, I would say. I was also speaking with someone, like, it's all, if you see all the religion, they all talk about love and peace and like humanity and everything. But if you see that most of the wars and violence is done in the name of religion, I mean, what's this kind of irony? I mean, when people need love, they want to spread love, but we see the opposite in their action. What do you think? Why it is happening? I mean, why? I mean, all the religion teach us to spread love and to love yourself. People want love and to spread love and everything. But when we see it's all the opposite happening. People actually fighting in the name of religion, and they do all this hatred. They spread hatred instead of love. So why this is such a contradiction?
I think that all of the religions, they come from an original idea, which is about spreading love and creating a better society.
Yeah.
But then the human element is added. Somebody takes those words and they change them, and they say that because they want their religion to spread, it's marketing, or that they want power, they want something that is actually not in the religion. That it comes from not being an altruist, like I perceive all the enlightened beings who have written these books are, but it's human.
Yeah.
Politics, greed, and power is a problem, not religion.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think that's very, what he's talking about is very important, because to me religions are framework. If I had an epiphany, an awakening, then I could write a story about it in order to inspire others to have somewhat of the same experience. And that, but if somebody picks up on that story and they want to, I want to sell this or whatever, then the original message is just twisted and taken out of context, and that's so that yeah, I think it's something like that.
Yeah, I think that's true, that the original message is actually from all the religion is actually all the twisted, and it's manipulated by this power, the desire for the power and the greed, and it is actually now, that could be the one reason which is actually creating more troubles in the world. So yeah, that could be the one. But still, there are so many good people are also there. I think they are spreading, like you, spreading goodness and positivity, and who can actually see beyond those labels or those boundaries which is created by all those ones. So I think that is a good thing. I think Matthew has joined already. So, oops, he's gone, I guess. So he wanted to join maybe. So yeah. Actually, after that, he will be joining after this session. Then the next session is his, and we'll be discussing more about his favorite topic, and of course the new AI and ethics, and that how it is impacting the mental health. So now coming back to this, our session of today is like, are you a healer? So it's funny that sometimes when people are a healer or something, they don't even know. But what exactly, even when we do more to help all those like healers to maybe to come up and to join the community or something, to make them realize that they are the healers and they can do the goodness, what we can do, especially for them, to because to protect, to help them preserve their energy and to help them spread the goodness. What do you think?
Oh, that's a good question. I think it's necessary for people to be brave and step up and say that I've had experiences of healing. I've experienced that I can help people, and to step into truly to step into their power, and do it. You also got to do it from a pure heart. It's like this. Some of my healer colleagues, they charge like 500 euros or 5,000 euros for a session, and I think one of my teachers, he wrote a book about the best healers in the world, and what he saw was 88% of them, they didn't charge an upfront fee. They said that you can donate something if you wish, or if you're able to, but they didn't charge anything. And I think it's kind of, well, I like money myself. I'm a monk. Money is the power to do good, but if you start with that perspective, that you are actually, you are using your powers to do good for somebody else, and I think it's a very good way to start. And if you can avoid the greed that Matthew spoke about, if you can say that, okay, I will continue doing this because it's something I can do.
Yeah.
But I, in my country, it's we have very strict laws regarding complementary treatment. So I have to sign a contract. I'm not allowed to work with infectious diseases. I'm not allowed to work with very dangerous things like cancer and a lot of different. And we are not also not allowed to market what we're doing. And because the medical establishment is that, I think that's one side of it. The medical establishment is very strong with the westernized medicine. But on the other hand, it's also because there have been people who have taken advantage of others.
Yeah.
But my advice, if you are thinking that, okay, I may be a healer, you should find a mentor.
Yes.
That is really necessary. I've had people come to me and say that, I don't understand it. My hands are glowing and I can't turn them off, and it's like it's getting a bit tiresome. It's been going on for 48 hours.
Yeah.
And there are simple ways to what I said to especially this person was, okay, what you need to do is breathe, and then you go and wash your hands in ice cold water and take a walk in nature. And just disconnect. Don't bring your phone, don't bring anything, just go for a walk in nature and breathe it in, and it worked.
Yeah. I think it's the main thing is that we need to connect with ourselves, and that to find out the hidden potential. One thing that I actually, now it's almost, time is almost over, but I want to ask that there is also the collective healing, right? Like, if we combine all the energies, like the positive energy with the right intention, so we can bring about the change. So how can we do that? I mean, there are like people like maybe gathering and have that kind of same intentions, but it is difficult actually to find people maybe like this. But I don't know, I'm just thinking out at this moment that how we can bring about the collective change by by combining all the energies that we have, so in order to bring about the positive change in the world.
Well, you have to create resonance among the group, and it starts when I've done some work with what we call magnetic healing, and that is when you work with another healer working on a third person, and that is really powerful. And then because then you have to connect first with the healer, then you both connect with the one you're working with, and then you expand on that. But you all need to have a focus. That is something that is necessary, and that can be, to me as a musician, music works. When you do it together, singing together, drumming, all of those, that really, or if you're at a concert and the whole crowd is shouting out some song they know well, then you connect. So I don't think it doesn't have to be like, it can be in prayer, as we spoke about, but it can also simply be by something that happens almost automatically when some people meet, and they come from here,
Yes.
they come from the heart.
That's true. I think, yeah, that's the best way to, I think, and I think that's also like in the like-minded people always, attract the like-minded ones. So no matter what, if you are that, you have that capability, and if you have that intentions, you will attract your tribe on the basis of your intentions and the vibes you actually exude. So I think that's it. So anyways, thank you so much for joining, and I think it was a very lovely conversation, and it was completely extempore. I didn't actually, I just came up with this at the last minute, and you jump in at the last minute, but I actually enjoyed our conversation thoroughly. So, and thanks to Matthew and Yuvraj and all those others who joined and commented on our conversation. What is the best way to actually connect with you if somebody is looking for connecting with you?
Well, it's LinkedIn that you showed. If you want to hear my music, there it is. If you want to hear my music, use mancient.com. It's got some links there, or mancient.one.
Okay. I'll just look for it because I can't find it here. Ancient.com.
No, mancient. M-A-N.
Mancient. Okay. Okay, maybe I'll just write it down here in the comment.
Yeah.
Mancient.com.
Yeah, and .one, that's the .one got all my socials and a few of the books that I've been part of.
Mancient.com. Okay. Yeah, so there you can connect with them, or you can connect with the Hawk on LinkedIn. So I think that's how. Thank you so much for joining, and all those. The next session is also very important. We're going to talk about AI and its ethics and its impact on our mental well-being. And Matthew will be there as a speaker. I'm looking forward to this conversation. So anyways, thank you so much, and stay tuned. Bye.
Bye.